Hello world, I am What If Study, and today we are doing What If the Humans Went Back in Time. Now, it's not going to start off with the humans all just getting together and doing it. I would say that Tien, the hungriest out of the humans, the one that has trained for his entire life, is now sort of disappointed when he looks back, knowing that he was just fodder in every single arc. I mean, even in Cell, if he just put more into training, no. He's put everything that he could into training. So, what does he do? He feels like he's left his life behind. He's even lost Launch. So, he looks and sees this time-traveling machine. Remembering back to the arcs before, but not only that, but seeing Goku Black Arc play out in front of him this time, he sees as time travels go everywhere. They build one just to go back, just to save the timeline. If it's so easy to create, one day he does go up to Bulma and tells her that, is she making another one? She says that she actually has a more experimental one in the lab. This is where the what if gets a little bit different. She says that this time-traveling machine actually puts you back in your old body. And then she questions Tien on why he's interested in this. No reason, Tien says. As Bulma suspiciously leaves him, and he stays there for a few days, thinking, wondering about all the times that he's missed, and about how much he could train, how much he could fix back in the time, becoming kind of obsessed about it, almost, as he felt like he lost a lot of time. A few days before Goku and the others could get back before Black, she actually finishes the theoretical time machine, experimental. As Tien sneaks into her lab with all the ruckus going on as Goku comes back from that timeline, telling everybody of what happened, Tien actually sneaks into that lab, finding that time machine. It looks like more of a capsule than anything. It's just a gigantic human capsule. Also, it has 3 slots in it for some reason. This confuses Tien. However, before he can get into it and go off, he hears steps from behind him. It's Bulma. He realizes he's caught and just decides to talk it out, but he hears other footsteps, actually. Now he starts to sense, and Krillin and Yamcha are both there, watching him get into the time machine. He starts to explain, but honestly, he's just shocked at this point. He says, "Why are all you here?" All the rest of the humans say that, well, we wish to fix things too. We have things that we regret majorly back then, and we wish to fix them as well. As Bulma is just kind of looking at all of them and nods her head and says, fine. But you're going to need a major power source. As, you know, they all start to power up and give energy. As when they all do this, the capsules start to light up. She says, oh no, you should get going. As they all have to very speedily get into the capsules. Yamcha, the most excited out of all of them, Tien, taking this very seriously, and Krillin saying that this will be fun. He gets to meet Android 18 again, and get married again. It's going to be amazing, as they all slowly go back in time. They all are teleported back. While they are being teleported, Tien remembers that he didn't actually ask when they were being teleported back to. I suppose that Krillin and Yamcha had decided this with Bulma beforehand. But when he opens up his eyes, he feels immense pressure on his shoulders. He's actually in a waterfall. As he gets out of the waterfall as fast as he can, looking around, stressed, he realizes that he's in the middle of the wilderness at his current training. Wait a minute. What's the date? He asks this, and he hears a tiny little voice, Chaozu, say that it's the date when Raditz arrives. Not exactly, but, you know, he tells the date. As this shocks Tien, and he's like, this is the exact date? As Tien rushes off immediately towards Kame House. By the time he gets there, Yamcha is there as well. Right next to Krillin, getting him up and getting him out of the wreckage. Both of Yamcha and Krillin kind of look up at him and wink a little bit. He says, oh yeah, they're the ones from my timeline. As the rest of them say, you have to go help Goku. As all three of the humans, well, at least Krillin is lagging behind. After all, he took a pretty big hit. All three of them start rushing as fast as they can. By the time they get there, with Krillin lagging behind, Goku is already having Raditz in a full Nelson. As the beam is about to hit them, Tien yells out to Goku to get out of there. As Goku sees all three of them, the reinforcements in this situation, he actually smiles and chuckles and gets out of the way as Raditz dodges as well. And Raditz says, you fool! And then just hears a tri-beam. And then clashing down on his shoulders, shooting Raditz down into the ground. Okay, I can hold him off for 5 minutes. As the rest of the humans are, they give, well, I would say that actually Yajirobe comes around on this one and gave Yamcha some senzu beans, as Yamcha was around that direction, and he gives that to Krillin. As Krillin knows that he's down in this gigantic crater that Tien is making, he actually just he sends a Destructo Disc after Destructo Disc straight down into that hole. As he actually explodes the ground Raditz out of rage and gets his tail sliced off as he comes out of the hole, angry as hell, and charges straight after Yamcha. However, Yamcha uses a full Fang Fist, and then Tien ends it with a volleyball fist as he sends him straight down at the ground, and Piccolo is actually standing there shocked. As Piccolo is looking down at this body, Goku comes over, rushing to deliver the final blow as he sends a Kamehameha straight to the face of Raditz, finishing him off, after which Goku immediately faints. Tien and the rest of them breathe a sigh of relief as Tien comes down, offering his hand down to Piccolo, as Krillin does the same for Goku. However, Tien let his guard down, thinking that this Piccolo is just the same as the one that he knew before. However, he is deadly wrong, as the special beam that he was lining up is now sent through Tien's chest, as his hand comes up as a false hope, killing Tien out of surprise. All the rest of the humans are shocked, but remember that, well, Piccolo was their enemy at this point. As Piccolo laughs, saying, I'm not allies with any of you. Get that through your thick skulls. An emergency one, where he kills Tien, immediately piercing through his heart, as Piccolo chuckles. Demonic as he is, he's not as he was in the future. And Tien made that mistake. Tien could barely realize it before he's fully unconscious and dead. But the rest of the humans go to his side as Yamcha puts his foot on Piccolo's neck and threatens him, but Krillin goes and tries to give a sense of being to Tien, but he's just dead already. The last words they say is, "God damn it." And honestly, who can blame him? As he slowly slips into the afterlife, he wakes up and he's in front of King Yama, who is currently stamping who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. He looks up and sees Tien and says, "Assassin, but died to save the world. You're a tough cookie. Whatever, you'll go in heaven. Pretty tough deal, saving all those people." And Tien says, "Thank God." As he says, "Oh, and also, can I go to Snake Way?" As immediately he hears, "Double Sunday!" A beam strikes him in the back and also King Yama. And I think we'll end it there. Thank you so much for watching. That'll be the first episode of this series, and I hope I'll see you in the next. Goodbye.